It takes one to know one. I bet you've heard that expression before. Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I was just thinking about that expression and how true it is when we criticize something in someone else. It takes having we can't even recognize what we want to criticize in someone else unless we have some of that in ourselves. And in my experience, often when we criticize something in someone else, it's because we're actually denying that very thing or not accepting that very thing in ourselves. For example, I recently had a friend call me unempathetic and immature, and I probably was being unempathetic and immature. However, the instant that she called me unempathetic and immature, she became unempathetic and immature. And I can find so many examples of that. So the instant you go like, you're being hateful, there's an aspect of hatefulness in that accusation, right? And I'm sure you could probably find examples where that theory falls apart a little bit, although I would pose that that theory actually holds water pretty well if you follow it through long enough and far enough. But if you want to argue with me, go ahead and put that down in the comments. I would love that. Still, I'm sticking to my theory. It's actually not a new theory for me. It's one I've long held most of my life, in fact, that anytime we see something in someone else that we feel critical about, it is a great opportunity to flip that around, look inside at ourselves and see, is that something that we are doing that we are not accepting in ourselves? And if so, can you forgive that in yourself? And if you can forgive it in yourself, then you can forgive it in someone else, and then that criticism dissolves. So when you see someone behaving immaturely and you know that you're aware that you are sometimes immature, you don't get that temptation to go like, oh, you're acting so immature. It's only when you are like in denial to yourself that you are sometimes immature that you might see that behavior in someone else and go like, I don't like that. That's immature. And I think there are so many examples. And right now, with a lot of blame and separation going on, a lot of lines being drawn, a lot of people thinking that other people are wrong or someone else is doing something that they don't approve of, I think it's a great time of opportunity to self-reflect. And anytime I catch myself in my head criticizing someone else, I do what I call the flip. I flip that around and I look like that's a mirror to myself. How am I doing that which I am accusing others of? And in that, it dissolves. It's not like, how am I doing that so I can criticize me? It's, how am I doing that so I can improve that, so I can forgive that, so I can accept shortcomings in others without being critical of them, and in myself without being hateful or self-loathing. That's my 2 cents for out in the backyard. I'd love it if you have anything to add. Please put that in the comments. As always, you can find other ways of contacting me in the description and supporting me. Check out my books, my videos, my courses, my art. And until next time, I wish you lightheartedness, love, peaceful conflict resolution, amazing adventures. Don't forget to drive forward.